Falling in love is rarely an event you can pinpoint. It's more like a quiet, steady tide that rises without warning. One day, you realize the man in your life is doing things he never used to. Not because he has to, but because he wants to. His actions feel warmer, his presence more attentive, and his eyes hold you just a little longer than before. And while he might not come out and say, "I'm falling for you," his behavior begins to tell a story all on its own. Love, after all, often speaks in subtleties. It's in the way he makes time for you when he's busy, how he remembers a small detail you mentioned weeks ago, or how his energy shifts when you walk into the room. These are not grand declarations. They are quiet acts of devotion, and they are often the most genuine. Many women wonder, how do I know if he's truly falling for me, or if he's just being kind? The answer is in the patterns, not just the moments. One kind gesture can be coincidence, but a series of consistent, thoughtful behaviors paints a much clearer picture. Men may not always express their emotions through words, but their choices, priorities, and even their body language reveal more than they realize. When a man is falling for you, he'll begin to subtly weave you into his life. You won't just be someone he spends time with. You'll be someone he makes space for, someone whose comfort, happiness, and dreams matter to him on a deeper level. You'll see it when he shifts his schedule to be with you, when he seeks your opinion before making decisions, and when he shares personal stories as never told anyone else. These are the little emotional breadcrumbs that, when put together, lead to one clear conclusion. His heart is opening up to you. This doesn't mean love looks the same for everyone. Some men are naturally more expressive, while others show their feelings through actions rather than words. That's why recognizing these signs is so important. They help you understand what's happening beneath the surface. Whether he's the type to plan big romantic gestures or the type to quietly make sure you're safe and comfortable, the core truth is the same. His growing affection will find a way to show itself. In this guide, we'll explore 15 subtle but powerful signs that he is falling for you. These aren't cliches or one-time behaviors. They are patterns that reveal genuine care, trust, and emotional investment. From the way he listens without distractions to the way he celebrates your successes as if they were his own, each sign will help you see the truth that might already be in front of you. By the end, you'll not only know if he's falling for you, you'll understand exactly how his actions speak louder than words. If you want, I can now blend this intro with all 15 detailed signs into one smooth, professional long-form piece for you. Would you like me to prepare that? 1. He remembers small details you mention. He remembers small details you mention because he truly listens when you speak and values what you share. It might be something as simple as the way you like your coffee, the name of your childhood pet, or a story you told weeks ago about a funny moment at work. These little pieces of information stay with him, not because he's trying to impress you, but because they matter to him. When a man is falling for you, your words don't just pass through his ears, they settle in his memory. He's paying attention, not out of obligation, but out of genuine interest in who you are, what you like, and what shapes your world. You might notice it when he brings up something you mentioned in passing, like a movie you said you wanted to see or dessert you enjoy. Maybe you once casually complained about how your favorite pen ran out of ink, and the next week, he hands you a new one without making a big deal out of it. This is his way of showing he cares, by acting on what he remembers. These moments seem small, but they carry a lot of meaning because they reflect his emotional investment. Remembering details also shows his building a deeper connection. People don't hold on to random facts unless those facts are tied to someone who matters to them. Each detail he recalls about you becomes a thread in the story he's creating in his mind, a story where you're important. This isn't about grand gestures. It's about being present in the little moments and letting those moments guide how he treats you. It can also be a sign of emotional intimacy. By remembering your words, he's telling you he values your thoughts and experiences. It's his way of saying, I see you, I hear you, and you matter to me. Over time, these remembered details can make you feel truly understood and cherished, which is one of the clearest indicators that his feelings for you are growing stronger each day. 2. He prioritizes spending time with you. He prioritizes spending time with you because you're becoming an important part of his world, not just someone he sees when it's convenient. When a man is falling for you, he doesn't wait for free moments to happen. He makes them. He rearranges his schedule, shifts plans, and sometimes even sacrifices personal downtime because being with you feels more rewarding than anything else he could be doing. It's not about constant availability, but about intentional effort. You might notice that even on his busiest days, he finds a way to check in, call, or stop by just to see you. If he has a free evening, you're the first person he thinks of sharing it with. This is a clear shift from casual interest to deeper affection, when you move from being an option to the priority. He's not simply fitting you into his life. He's shaping his life around the moments he can have with you. This can show up in different ways. Maybe he wakes up earlier to meet you for breakfast before work, even though it means less sleep. Perhaps he chooses to skip a night out with friends because he knows you've had a rough day and could use some company. He might even plan his weekends with your preferences in mind, asking what you'd like to do before committing to anything else. These choices aren't accidents. They're deliberate actions that say, you matter to me, and I want you in my life. Prioritizing time together also signals that he values shared experiences. It's through these moments, whether it's a quiet night in, an adventurous day out, or even running errands together, that emotional bonds grow. He understands that relationships aren't built on occasional interactions. They're strengthened through consistent presence. Ultimately, when a man prioritizes spending time with you, he's showing that your relationship is a meaningful part of his present and something he envisions in his future. Every hour, every choice, every rearranged plan is his way of saying you're worth it. That level of commitment is one of the clearest and most telling signs that his feelings for you are deepening every day. 3. He makes future plans including you. He makes future plans including you because, in his heart, he already sees you as part of the life he's building. When a man is falling for you, his thoughts naturally stretch beyond the present moment. You're not just in his today. You're in his tomorrow, his next month, his next year. This isn't always about grand declarations or dramatic proposals. Often, it begins in small, almost casual ways. He might say, "We should try that restaurant next month," or "I can't wait for you to meet my cousin when she visits in the summer." These little glimpses into the future are his way of gently letting you know he envisions you there. Including you in his plans also signals emotional investment. People don't invite someone into their future unless they trust them and value the connection. He's not thinking, "If you're around," he's thinking, "You'll be there," and is unconsciously planning accordingly. It's a quiet form of commitment, a way of aligning his life so that your paths continue to intertwine. You might notice he schedules trips with you months in advance, talks about concerts or events happening later in the year, or even mentions long-term goals like moving, career changes, or starting a hobby, with you right beside him in those visions. These moments may seem small, but they are deeply meaningful because they show he's building his personal timeline around you. This habit also reflects a sense of security. He's confident enough in your relationship to imagine it still being strong in the future. He's not just living in the now with you. He's actively investing in a shared tomorrow. That could mean planning a weekend getaway, talking about future holiday traditions, or discussing the kind of home he'd like to have one day, always with we instead of I. Ultimately, when he makes future plans including you, it's more than just scheduling events. It's an emotional statement. It says, "I'm not just enjoying the moment. I'm building a life where you belong." And that's one of the clearest signs that his feelings aren't fleeting. They're growing deeper, stronger, and more certain with every passing day. 4. He notices changes in your mood. He notices changes in your mood because he's paying attention to more than just your words. He's tuned into you on a deeper level. When a man is falling for you, your emotional state matters to him. He studies the little shifts, the slight drop in your voice, the way your eyes soften or avoid contact, the pauses in your sentences. Even when you try to hide how you're feeling, he can sense that something is different. It's not about him being overly suspicious. It's about being emotionally connected enough to pick up on your unspoken signals. You might notice it when he asks, "Are you okay?" before you said a single word about being upset. Or when he adjusts his tone, his touch, or even his plans to match your energy level. If you seem stressed, he might suggest a quiet night in. If you're in high spirits, he might suddenly decide to take you out somewhere fun. These subtle responses show that he's not just noticing your mood, he's adapting to it because your well-being affects his own. This awareness also means he's attuned to your happiness. He'll remember what cheers you up, whether it's your favorite snack, a walk in the park, or simply giving you space. Sometimes, he'll act without asking because he's learned your patterns well enough to know what you need in that moment. This level of sensitivity is a sign that you've become emotionally important to him, that your feelings have a direct impact on his own. Noticing changes in your mood also reflects emotional safety in the relationship. He's making it clear that it's okay for you to be vulnerable, that you don't always have to put on a brave face. By acknowledging your shifts, without judgment, he's telling you he accepts all versions of you, not just the happy or easy ones. Ultimately, when he picks up on your moods, he's showing empathy, attentiveness, and genuine care. It's his way of saying, I see you, even when you're quiet, even when you're hiding, even when you're not okay. And that's one of the strongest signs that his feelings are deep, consistent, and growing stronger every day. 5. He listens without distractions. He listens without distractions because, in that moment, nothing is more important to him than what you're saying. When a man is falling for you, your words don't just fill the silence. They hold meaning, weight, and value. He isn't half listening while scrolling through his phone or glancing at the TV. He's fully engaged, giving you his complete attention. His body language changes. He leans in slightly, maintains eye contact, and reacts to your expressions. This is because your thoughts, feelings, and stories matter deeply to him, no matter how big or small they may seem. You'll notice that when you talk about your day, he's not just waiting for his turn to speak. He's processing what you say, asking follow-up questions, and remembering details you've shared before. If you told him last week about a project at work, he'll bring it up later to ask how it went. This shows he's not only listening in the moment, but also carrying your words forward with genuine interest. Listening without distractions is also a sign of respect. It means he values your time and your voice enough to put everything else aside. Even if he's busy or tired, he'll stop to hear you out, because connecting with you is more important than finishing a text or checking an email. This is especially telling in today's world, where attention is often divided. Giving someone undivided focus is a rare and powerful gesture. His attentive listening also creates a safe space for you. You feel heard, understood, and validated, not brushed off or minimized. Over time, this builds trust because you know he's not just hearing the words, he's feeling the emotion behind them. Whether you're sharing exciting news, venting frustrations, or revealing personal fears, his focused presence sends a clear message. You matter to me, and what you say matters to me. Ultimately, when he listens without distractions, it's not just about good manners, it's about emotional investment. It's showing that your voice has a place in his world, and that hearing you is a priority, not a chore. And in love, that level of attentiveness is one of the clearest signs that his feelings are real and growing deeper every day. 6. He surprises you with thoughtful gestures. He surprises you with thoughtful gestures because he wants you to feel special in ways that go beyond words. When a man is falling for you, he pays attention to the little things that make you smile, and he finds creative ways to bring those moments into your life. These gestures aren't about showing off or spending large amounts of money. They're about thought, effort, and knowing you well enough to do something that feels personal. It might be as simple as bringing you your favorite snack after a long day, leaving a sweet note in your bag, or sending you a song that reminds him of you. Sometimes, it's arranging a spontaneous outing to a place you mentioned wanting to visit or picking up something small you once said you needed. These acts are rooted in observation. He remembers what matters to you and uses it to brighten your day. The beauty of thoughtful gestures is that they often come when you least expect them. They might show up on ordinary days, not just on birthdays or anniversaries, because his goal isn't to follow tradition. It's to make you feel valued regularly. This consistency shows that you're always in his thoughts, even during the everyday moments. These gestures also reflect his emotional awareness. He notices when you're stressed and brings comfort, or when you're celebrating something and adds to your joy. By doing this, he's communicating in a love language that says, I see you, I hear you, and I care about how you feel. What makes these surprises powerful is the personal touch. Anyone can buy flowers, but bringing you a particular kind because he knows they remind you of your grandmother's garden shows depth. Anyone can plan a date, but creating one around your favorite meal and movie shows attentiveness. Ultimately, when he surprises you with thoughtful gestures, it's not about the size or cost. It's about the message. You matter enough for me to notice the small details and act on them. That kind of care is one of the strongest signs that his feelings are genuine and growing stronger each day. 7. He checks in on you often. He checks in on you often because he genuinely wants to know how you're doing and be part of your daily life. When a man is falling for you, your well-being becomes important to him in a way that feels natural, not forced. It's not about controlling you or keeping tabs. It's about caring enough to reach out, even when there's no specific reason to talk. He wants to hear your voice, see your name pop up on his phone, and know that you're okay. These check-ins can be as simple as a morning text asking how you slept, a midday call to see how work is going, or an evening message making sure you got home safely. Sometimes they are lighthearted, sending you a funny meme, asking about that show you're watching, or just saying, thinking of you. Other times, they are more intentional, like asking if you've eaten, how you're feeling after a rough day, or if you need anything. Each of these moments adds another layer to your connection. Frequent check-ins are also a sign that he's making space for you in his routine. No matter how busy his day is, he carves out time to connect. This shows that you're not just in his thoughts when he's free. You're a consistent part of his mental and emotional world. Even quick messages are meaningful because they show that you cross his mind often enough for him to reach out right away. It also reflects emotional security. He wants you to know he's there, that you can rely on him to be present even in small ways. This builds trust over time. You start to feel that he's not just interested in the good times, but also invested in being there for the everyday moments, the boring hours, and the little victories. Ultimately, when he checks in on you often, he's showing commitment through consistency. It's his way of saying, you matter to me every day, not just when it's convenient. And in love, that steady presence is one of the most telling signs that his feelings are real, deep, and continuing to grow stronger. 8. He introduces you to important people. He introduces you to important people because he's not just keeping you in a private corner of his life. He's proudly bringing you into the circle that matters most to him. When a man is falling for you, he wants the people who have shaped his world, his close friends, his family, his mentors, to know who you are. It's his way of saying, you're important to me, and I want the people I care about to see why. This step doesn't happen lightly. Most people are selective about who they let meet their inner circle, because it's a personal space that reflects who they are. If he's inviting you into that space, it means he sees your relationship as meaningful and long-term. He's not just dating you for the present. He's imagining a future where you fit seamlessly with the people who've been part of his journey. You might notice it in little ways at first. An invitation to join a group dinner with his friends, a casual coffee with his sister, or bringing you along to a family gathering. Over time, these introductions become more personal, like meeting his parents, attending special events together, or being included in traditions he values. These moments signal that he wants to integrate you into different parts of his life, not keep you separate. Introducing you to important people also speaks to his confidence in the relationship. He's showing the world, this is someone I'm proud to be with. It's a way of blending your lives and letting others witness the bond you share. And because those people often matter to him deeply, he likely values their opinions, which means he's not just testing how you fit in. He's also hoping they see the same things in you that he does. Ultimately, when he introduces you to important people, it's not a casual gesture, it's a declaration. It says, you're part of my life story now. And that's one of the clearest, most genuine signs that his feelings are deep, lasting, and growing stronger with every day you spend together. 9. He values your opinions and decisions. He values your opinions and decisions because he respects your perspective and sees you as someone whose thoughts truly matter. When a man is falling for you, he doesn't just make choices in isolation. He actively wants to know what you think, whether the decision is big or small. This is more than politeness. It's a sign that he trusts your judgment, appreciates your insight, and wants to create a life that reflects both of your voices. You might notice it in everyday situations. He could ask what you think about his outfit before an important meeting, which restaurant you'd prefer for dinner, or your opinion on a weekend getaway destination. But it goes beyond casual choices. When he's faced with bigger decisions, like career moves, financial planning, or where he wants to live, he still wants your input. This shows that he's starting to see his future as something shared with you, not separate. Valuing your opinion also means he listens with an open mind. He's not asking just to check a box. He genuinely considers what you say, sometimes even changing his course of action based on your advice. This is a mark of emotional maturity. He's showing that your voice holds weight in his life and that he trusts you to help guide him toward what's best. This behavior also reveals his respect for your individuality. He understands that you bring your own experiences, knowledge, and intuition to the table, and he wants those qualities to be part of his decision-making process. When you notice him saying things like, "What do you think?" or "I trust your judgment on this," it's his way of affirming that you're not just a part of his life, you're a partner in it. Ultimately, when he values your opinions and decisions, it's a sign of deepening connection and mutual respect. It means he sees you not only as someone he loves, but also as someone he relies on and trusts to shape the life he's building. And that is one of the strongest indicators that his feelings are serious, committed, and growing stronger every day. 10. He mirrors your actions or words. He mirrors your actions or words because, often without even realizing it, he's deeply connected to you on a subconscious level. When a man is falling for you, his body and mind naturally start to reflect your behavior. This is called mirroring, and it's a powerful sign of emotional rapport and attraction. It happens because he feels in sync with you, your energy, your pace, your style, and wants to create a sense of closeness without forcing it. You might notice him picking up on your phrases, using similar expressions, or even matching your tone of voice. If you cross your arms, he might do the same. If you lean forward during a conversation, he might lean forward too. These little echoes aren't deliberate acts of imitation. They're natural responses that occur when two people feel a strong emotional connection. Mirroring also shows that he's paying close attention to you. He's not distracted or detached. He's engaged enough to subconsciously adopt your rhythms. It's his mind's way of saying, "I'm with you, I'm comfortable here, and I'm on the same wavelength as you." This subtle mimicry builds trust and a sense of familiarity, making you feel more at ease around him. Sometimes, it extends beyond physical gestures. If you start sharing a new hobby or interest, he might explore it too, not just to impress you, but because he genuinely wants to share experiences. If you've been talking about a certain book or show, he might start referencing it in conversation as well. This alignment of actions and words helps deepen the bond you share. Ultimately, when he mirrors your actions or words, it's not about copying, it's about connection. It's a non-verbal way of blending his world with yours, showing that he's tuned into your presence and values the harmony you bring into his life. Whether it's a shared laugh, a matching gesture, or echoing a favorite phrase, each mirrored moment is a quiet reminder that he's emotionally invested and his feelings for you are steadily growing stronger. 11. He finds excuses to touch you gently. He finds excuses to touch you gently because physical connection is one of the most instinctive ways to express affection and attraction. When a man is falling for you, even the smallest touches can feel significant, a way to bridge the gap between closeness and intimacy without rushing or overwhelming you. These aren't forceful or overly forward gestures. They are soft, thoughtful touches meant to show care, comfort, and warmth. You might notice it when he brushes a speck of dust from your sleeve, steadies you by placing a hand on your back as you walk through a crowd, or lets his fingers linger just slightly longer when handing you something. Maybe he lightly touches your arm while laughing at a joke, or gently tucks a strand of hair behind your ear. These touches are often brief but intentional. carrying a message that words don't always capture. Gentle touches are powerful because they create a subtle but meaningful connection. They signal safety, trust, and emotional presence. He's not using them to control or dominate. He's using them to say, I'm here, I care, and I want to be close to you. Over time, these small gestures can make you feel more bonded, because physical touch often builds a sense of security and warmth between two people. What's important is that he looks for moments that feel natural, not staged. If you're laughing together, he might lightly touch your hand. If you're walking side by side, he might brush his shoulder against yours. He's creating shared moments of closeness without making them feel intrusive or forced. This kind of physical attention also shows that he's attuned to your comfort level. He notices how you respond and respects your boundaries, adjusting his gestures accordingly. That sensitivity makes his touch not just affectionate, but also considerate, a true reflection of his growing feelings. Ultimately, when he finds excuses to touch you gently, it's his way of blending physical affection with emotional connection. Each light brush, guiding hand, or soft contact says what his words might not yet dare to. I'm drawn to you, I care for you, and I want you to feel my presence in the smallest, most meaningful ways. 12. He shares personal stories and secrets. He shares personal stories and secrets because opening up is one of the clearest signs of trust and emotional intimacy. When a man is falling for you, he doesn't just keep the conversation on the surface. He starts letting you into the deeper, more private parts of his life. These aren't the stories he tells everyone. They're the ones that reveal his vulnerabilities, dreams, fears, and defining moments. You might notice him talking about childhood memories, both good and bad, or sharing challenges he's faced in his career or family life. He could reveal personal struggles he's overcome, mistakes he's learned from, or even insecurities he still carries. These moments of openness mean he's comfortable being his authentic self with you, not the polished, guarded version he might present to the rest of the world. Sharing secrets is also a way of building a deeper bond. By trusting you with something private, he's silently saying, I believe you'll keep this safe. It's an emotional bridge. He's inviting you to understand him beyond the casual and see the person he truly is. And when you respond with empathy and understanding, that trust grows even stronger. These conversations often happen in quiet, comfortable settings, during a long walk, over a late-night call, or while sitting together after a meaningful day. They don't always come with dramatic introductions. Sometimes, he just starts talking, and before you know it, you're hearing something he's never told anyone else. This willingness to be vulnerable also means he's thinking about the long term. He wants you to know his past so you can be part of his future without barriers. He's not afraid to let you see his flaws, because he believes that honesty will only make your connection stronger. Ultimately, when he shares personal stories and secrets, it's about more than conversation. It's about trust, respect, and the desire for a deeper emotional bond. It's his way of saying, I want you to know all of me, not just the easy parts. And that's one of the most genuine signs that his feelings are deep, lasting, and growing every single day. 13. He celebrates your achievements sincerely. He celebrates your achievements sincerely because your happiness feels like his own. When a man is falling for you, your wins, no matter how big or small, matter deeply to him. He doesn't just congratulate you out of politeness. He genuinely lights up when you succeed. Your goals, milestones, and victories become important to him because they are part of the life you're building and sharing together, even if he's not directly involved. You'll notice this sincerity in the way he reacts. If you share good news, his face brightens instantly, and his excitement feels natural, not forced. He might plan a special dinner to celebrate your promotion, surprise you with flowers when you achieve a personal goal, or even post something thoughtful about your accomplishment because he's proud of you. Whether it's you finishing a challenging project, learning a new skill, or overcoming a personal hurdle, he treats it as a moment worth honoring. This kind of celebration also shows he's secure in himself. Instead of feeling threatened or overshadowed by your success, he's inspired by it. He recognizes that your growth doesn't diminish him. In fact, it strengthens the relationship. His joy isn't rooted in obligation but in genuine admiration for your hard work and determination. He also pays attention to the smaller victories that others might overlook. Maybe you finally organized a space you've been putting off, or you made progress toward a fitness goal, or you handled a difficult situation with grace. He notices these things and acknowledges them, reminding you that your efforts matter even when they are not headline-worthy. Ultimately, when he celebrates your achievements sincerely, it's a reflection of deep emotional investment. He wants to stand beside you not just during the struggles, but also in the moments of triumph. His pride in you comes from love, respect, and the belief that your successes are worth cherishing. Because in his heart, your happiness is something to be celebrated every single time it happens. 14. He sacrifices his comfort for yours. He sacrifices his comfort for yours because your well-being has become more important to him than his own convenience. When a man is falling for you, he starts making small, and sometimes big, choices that put your needs first, even if it means stepping out of his own comfort zone. These sacrifices aren't done to gain credit or praise. They are made quietly, out of genuine care and love. It might be something as simple as giving you his jacket when you're cold, even if it leaves him shivering. Maybe he gives up his favorite seat so you can have a better view, stays up late to help you with something even though he's exhausted, or changes his plans to be there when you need him. He notices when you're uncomfortable, physically or emotionally, and instinctively acts to make things better, even if it costs him a bit of ease. These sacrifices often go unnoticed by others, but they stand out to you because you can feel the intention behind them. It's in the way he drives an extra distance to pick you up, walks you home in the rain without an umbrella, or quietly takes on tasks you dislike just to spare you the trouble. These moments, while seemingly small, reveal a deep truth. He's willing to inconvenience himself to make your life easier and your heart lighter. Sacrificing comfort is also a sign of emotional maturity. It shows that he understands relationships aren't just about grand romantic gestures, but also about everyday acts of kindness and selflessness. He isn't keeping score or expecting something in return. Instead, he finds fulfillment in knowing you're cared for and protected. Ultimately, when he sacrifices his comfort for yours, it's his way of saying, "Your happiness matters more to me than my own comfort." These moments prove that he's not just falling for you. He's committed to showing it through action, even when it requires effort or compromise. And that steady willingness to put you first is one of the clearest and most powerful signs that his feelings for you are real, deep, and lasting. 15. He maintains eye contact longer than usual. He maintains eye contact longer than usual because looking into your eyes feels like more than just a casual glance. It's a way for him to connect with you on a deeper, more emotional level. When a man is falling for you, eye contact becomes a silent conversation. It communicates interest, sincerity, and vulnerability all at once. Holding your gaze is his way of saying, without words, "I'm fully here with you, and you matter to me." You might notice it during conversations when his eyes don't dart around the room or check his phone. Instead, they stay locked on you, not in a way that feels intimidating, but in a way that feels warm and present. He's not just listening to your words. He's absorbing your expressions, your emotions, and the unspoken messages in between. That longer gaze is often accompanied by softer facial expressions, a slight smile, relaxed eyebrows, and genuine attentiveness. Maintaining eye contact also signals trust and openness. People naturally look away when they feel guarded or distracted. If he's looking at you more than usual, it means he's letting his guard down and focusing entirely on you. It's as if the rest of the world fades out for a moment, and you're the only person in his frame of vision. This kind of eye contact often happens during emotionally charged moments, when you're laughing together, sharing something personal, or even sitting in comfortable silence. It creates a shared intimacy, a feeling that you're understood without having to explain everything. And if you find yourself holding his gaze just as long, it's a sign that connection is flowing both ways. Ultimately, when he maintains eye contact longer than usual, it's a quiet but powerful form of affection. It tells you that he's present, engaged, and emotionally drawn to you. It's not just about attraction, it's about connection. In that sustained look, he's saying, I see you, I value you, and I want you to feel how much you matter to me. And that makes it one of the most subtle yet undeniable signs that his feelings are real and growing deeper every day.